Hey guys, this is going to be a review, basically what I thought about Manchester United's 2-1 defeat to Manchester City. So if you agree with this video, leave a like, share this video and subscribe. Thanks. First of all, Jose Mourinho got his team selection all wrong. This formation of two holding midfielders, in my opinion, needs to stop and Mourinho needs to go to a 4-3-3 with one holding midfielder. Because of this, not enough players are forward enough for us to start the attack quickly. Pogba is too deep. Though he does well enough to drive the ball forward, he starts from a deep position. He seems to always have to beat 3 or 4 players for him to get near the opposition's box. Jose's selection of Jesse Lindgard was the wrong decision. The only logical way to explain why Lindgard started is probably because Mourinho thought that he would be more disciplined defensively to help Mark Sterling. If that was the case, then I could understand, but I still think that was a big mistake for him to play in this fixture. The fact is, regardless of his goal in the Community Shield, his attacking ability is woeful. He can't dribble and he loses control of the ball. His first touch basically means his second touch is a tackle. No, seriously, every time I saw Lindgard's first touch, it took a couple seconds for him to control, and that basically allowed the defender to close him down. And the reality is, he did nothing that was effective, like most of the time he plays. And I know there are some of you who thinks he deserves a place at Man United, but I simply don't. The fact is, I never thought he should be a Manchester United player, and I don't give a damn if he's from a youth academy. He's not good enough, and the fact that he's ahead of Depay is nuts. Regardless of Depay's form, he's still a better talent and would have been more useful than Lingard. In this match, we needed to press the fullbacks deep into their halves through our attacks and our defensive pressures, and he didn't do shit. So look, I thank him for his FA Cup goal, but he needs to take a seat. Another person who should not be in our starting lineup is Wayne Rooney, our fucking captain. Though he was not our worst player in this game, in my opinion he was not far from it, and actually he's been our worst player this season. And I know what some of you Rooney lovers are going to say. Oh, it's only the 4th game, don't worry, he will show his worth. But let's face it, he's been playing like this for 3 years now. His control is getting worse and worse every time I see him. His passings are not effective. Far too often he fucks up the simple passes. He would do a Hollywood ball that would only go sideways, which does nothing more than give him more clips for YouTube highlights. Mourinho only plays him because he has experience, and that he thinks he can pull off something special like he did against Hull. But the reality is, though he did create Rashford's goal against Hull and Ibrahimovic's goal against Southampton, just ask yourself, how many chances would we have created had Ander Herrera played those games? Rooney, in my opinion, is the main reason why we do not create clear chances as much as we should. He constantly slows down the game. Compare Rooney to the way De Bruyne and Silva played in the number 10 role. Look at how De Bruyne was clinical and Silva controlled the game and kept the play moving. I'm going to leave it there with Wayne Rooney because I can make a whole video on why he should be dropped. Actually, maybe I will. Both Lingard and Rooney were both woeful, shockingly bad, and they should have never started. This game was literally a game of two halves. Look, the first 40 minutes we simply got outplayed. We were second best in every department, and you have to give City some credit for that because they were creative and precise in their passings. But let's get real. Both goals on another day would have been stopped. Blind got robbed by De Bruyne because he didn't put enough aggression in that 50-50 ball. You can tell that De Bruyne was willing to get hit for that ball, and it paid off. He was through on goal and he scored. The second goal was really unfortunate. Allowing De Bruyne to cut in was poor defensively, but it was a freak goal, leaving Iheanacho with an open goal. But after we got our goal back, we looked just about even, and it could have easily been 2-2 before halftime. I was an LVG supporter, but one of the few problems I had with him was his use of Ander Herrera. Once again, even now, Mourinho is doing the same thing. Anyways, Herrera comes on, and in my opinion, he and Bailey were easily our best players. Every time he's on the ball, you can see his quality. I don't remember the last time he's played a bad game. He either scores or assists. So why isn't he one of the first names on our starting lineup? He's one of our most consistent players, for God's sake. Back at Bilbao, he was an up-and-coming talent, and I still remember the lesson he gave us in the Europa League back in 2012. And back then, he was even spoken about as someone who could replace Iniesta. So a player of that caliber needs to start every game, even if he's on a bad run. Though personally, I wouldn't play him in a holding position. Moving to a 4-3-3 in the second half allowed us to have an extra midfielder in the attack, pushing Man City back into their half even more. We transitioned from back to front quicker than we did in the first half, mainly because Pogba wasn't back defending as deep as he's been this whole season. By then the game looked in our control. Though we were vulnerable to the counter-attack, that's the kind of risk Mourinho needs to take. We can't have it both ways. He's been far too cautious. And the refereeing in this game, fucking hell. Mark Clattenburg was a fucking joke. He was all over the place. And then he has the audacity to have a smug face after he got several decisions wrong. Had Clattenburg done his job, we would have had at least a penalty and a red card to Bravo after his two-footed tackle on Rooney. Overall, Mourinho in the first half was beaten tactically by Pep Guardiola, and Man City were the better team throughout, though in the second half we were better. Basically, we gave them a 2-goal head start, which was hard to claw back, and the selection of Lindgard, who's not good enough, and Mkhitaryan, who got injured on international duties. On a positive note, though we gave them basically easy goals, it could have easily been 2-2 before the half finished. The second half, we dominated, and if Clattenburg didn't fuck up, we would have won. Both sides created opportunities, and both sides couldn't take their chances. But Man City missed their chances while the referee stole ours. Having said that, if we had won that game, I would be saying we got fucking lucky because they outplayed us. Anyways, this was a quick review. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment. Even if you disagree, leave a constructive comment. Share this video and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.